What's going on, everyone? We're back quickly once again with the main event breakdown for Torture UFC Fight Night. Aaron Blanchfield and Macy Barber. Guys, I don't know. I'm going to squeeze a 10-minute video out of this one. I don't know how the fuck this is the main event over Ludovic and Gamrot. I would have taken that as a main event all day long. And you guys are going to get your co-main event breakdown very, very shortly after this. But, yeah, let's get right into it. I think, guys, if we go look at the stats for Aaron Blanchfield's strike numbers compared to Barber's, Blanchfield's are higher, but these are not strikes on the feet from Blanchfield. These are strikes on the ground. On the feet, and this is why I'm actually leaning this fight to be a split. And there's the spoiler, guys. I got Aaron Blanchfield by split decision win, 48-47 on rounds. I'll get into the play-by-play of it later, but what I think is going to go on with most of this fight is I think it's going to be a lot of Aaron Blanchfield getting the takedown, but not being able to hold Barber down. I think Barber's going to be able to get up a lot in this fight. I've done very, very little tape study. I watched the Barber Chukagian fight, Barber Andrea Lee, and then I watched Aaron Blanchfield Namajunas and Blanchfield and Fioro, where she lost. So I took away a lot of things from Blanchfield, as in she's one, very hesitant on the feet, and two, she just does not like to be hit. You can tell when she gets hit, when Fiorot was catching her, when Namajunas was jabbing her up in round one, she doesn't like getting punched in the face at all. And I mean, who does? But, like, she reacts in a bad way. And I actually think this is going to somehow be a okay fight for women's MMA. You know what I mean? I think there's going to be a moment where each of them have each other in danger. Barber more on the feet and Blanchfield more on the ground. I think round one, going to be boring as piss. Round two, going to be boring as piss. And then I think it's going to pick up as the fight goes. But let's get right into it. Blanchfield's going to be the shorter girl by an inch. She's going to be a little bit smaller walking around. Barber looks chunky in this picture, so I think she might be able to stop some of the takedowns. I think she will stop a lot of the takedowns, actually. I think Blanchfield's going to have some advantage on the feet in terms of footwork, I believe. Actually, no, I'd say Barber does have a clean footwork advantage. She's very, very good at skating on the back foot. But what I think that actually can cause is I think her skating on the back foot a lot, and she's very, very backpedally heavy, where she likes to just skate on the outside. And I think in a smaller octagon and smaller rings, that's harder against the wrestlers, you know what I mean? They can get you against the wall easier. They can take you down in this open center easier because there's just not as much space for you to be moving around. And I think that's where Barber's going to be getting caught in her takedowns. I think any takedown in the open that Blanchfield's going to shoot, she's not going to get. But maybe a couple, maybe one or two, like clean entries or whatever, but I don't think she's even got the clean entries. She's not Mateusz Gamrot. But I think you got to look at the Andrea Lee fight for Macy Barber. I know it was a while ago. It was almost 2 years ago. But I thought she won on damage, but she looked like fucking shit. Let me tell you, Andrea Lee had her held down for damn near 2 rounds. Anytime they were in the clinch, Andrea Lee had the advantage. It was only on the feet with open space. Barber had the striking advantage, and I do think she's going to have that over Blanchfield. I think she's going to be the better striker, and I think she might even have the higher IQ of the two. But I don't think it's going to matter. I think Blanchfield's very, very got that New Jersey vibe, where she just seems like a tough cookie, you know what I mean? And she seems like she can just press through a lot of these things. Well, like her win against Namajunas was very impressive. The way, yes, she lost the first two, But the way she came back in rounds 3, 4, 5, worked the takedowns in, and Namajunas, in my opinion, is far more proven than Macy Barber, whose last one was fucking Caitlin Chukagian, or Seminara, as they say now, and Rebos, who's shit, who just got subbed by Dern. I'm telling you, this fight is crazy how it's a main event. I can't really see a finish by either girl. I think Barber's tough enough to survive a TKO on the ground, and I think Blanchfield, she's not getting finished on the feet. If she couldn't get finished on the feet with Fiorot, who I think is better than Barber on the feet, even though Fiorot turned into fucking Batista in her last fight, I think there's a lot of advantages that lean Barber's way, or not Barber's way, Blanchfield's way once you start to look at the grappling, though. I think the takedowns are going to be a decent amount of trouble to get. And I think early, once she gets her there, Barber's going to be popping up like crazy. But I think rounds 3, 4, and 5, where Blanchfield's had much more experience now, been in almost 2 5-rounders, I think, against Fiorot and against, 3, but she finished Andrade in the second round, so she didn't have to go all 5. But she went all 5 2 times. I just haven't seen Barber go at that with the pace she has. I can see her slowing down after a lot of takedowns from Blanchfield. I don't think Blanchfield's going to slow down the entire night. I think Barber is going to hurt Blanchfield, but I think Blanchfield's going to hurt her on the ground and maybe even almost submit her. But I think Blanchfield's not going to be able to get the finish because it's women's MMA, and if you bet by finish, you might be cooked. This is top-level women's MMA, though, so you never know. Maybe there's a chance there is a finish, and I do lean the finishing upside towards Barber. I think if anyone gets finished in this fight, it's Blanchfield. Her striking's too sus on the feet sometimes. Soy little New Jersey striking. But let's get right into the play-by-play, guys, of this banger main event. Round 1, I think it's going to start. Blanchfield's going to be pumping the jab. I think she's going to be going out there with that Joe Salty Man Pfeiffer mindset if she's going to try and prove everyone wrong after her shitty-ish performance against Namajunas. And I think Erin Blanchfield's going to take down Macy Barber early in the first round. But I think Barber's going to pop up, but Blanchfield's going to run her to the clinch. Little clinch strikes, ish, 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 from Barber. Fucking ish, ish. All those fucking gay-ass, stupid sounds. Barber's going to be like, up, up, up. But trying to punch her off the clinch. Blanchfield's going to stick to her like glue. And I think Blanchfield's going to win round 1 just staying in the clinch, but not able to really take her down. I think round 2, Macy Barber's going to rock Erin Blanchfield with a head kick. I can see it. I can so see a slight head kick through the guard, foot around the ear. Like Blanchfield's kind of wobbled all wide-eyed and shit. And I'll say Barber hurts her. Blanchfield shoots. Barber stops the takedown. Barber's landing more shots. Barber's leg kicking her. Now Barber's circling out. And I think Barber's going to land another nice one too. Barber's going to land some nice punches. You know what I mean? And I think eventually, Barber's going to be like, okay. She's going to feel her flow. Start to backpedal and whatever. And I think at the end of round 2, she's going to get taken down. And she's going to pop right up. And then taken down again. And then try and pop up before the round ends. And I think Blanchfield's going to lose round 2. Round 3, I think Macy Barber is going to hurt Blanchfield again, but nowhere near to the degree that she hurt her in the second round. I think she's just, I think the commentator's going to be like, ooh, man, Blanchfield doesn't like that one too, man. She's got to get out of there, Joe. Or no, I mean, Joe's not going to be on commentary. Get out of there, Paul. Paul Felder, fucking go. But I think round 3, after the first big punch from Barber, I think Erin Blanchfield's going to find a takedown. But not have any damage, but hold her down the entire round. Land like a couple of shitty shots, maybe a weak submission attempt at the end of the round, but I don't think she's gonna. I think she's gonna win the round somehow, And that round 3, guys, is what I'm leaning to be the swing round. As in round 4 and 5, I believe Erin Blanchfield is going to start to really work the wrestling, start to really wear on Barber, start to make her very tired. I've seen Barber very tired before. She loses a lot of her footing. I think as Barber is going to start to circle against the fence now, she's going to get taken down. Because of it, I think the small cage is going to benefit Blanchfield in rounds 4 and 5. I think round 4, Blanchfield's going to get in a crucifix, land a lot of shots. Not TKO Barber, but you know what? I'm going to say she cuts Barber in round 4. And then I'm going to say round 5, Barber lands some good strikes early. She stops maybe the first takedown by Blanchfield, and then Blanchfield takes her down and wins the fight via 48-47 split decision, where one judge gives it 2, 3, and 5 for Barber, and then the other judges give it 48-47. Blanchfield winning rounds 1, 3, and 5, or rounds 1, 3, 4, and maybe 5. I think round 5 and 3 are going to be the real close rounds. Thank you guys so much for watching, dude. I cannot be breaking down women's MMA in the main events anymore. Dana, stop fucking trolling me, man. McMaynard, Sean, fuck off. I'm not trying to be breaking down this shit. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.